Speak about culture tourism. You don't have any competition in culture tourism. You have only one pyramid, right? You have only one Karnak, one Luxor temple.
Yes.
So we don't have. For good luck, the tourism, the culture tourism, the tourists in the culture tourism spend 3 to 5 times more than the beach holidays. Beach holidays, you pay his hotel, transfer from the airport, beach, that's it. Culture tourism, he goes to the temples, he goes around and so on. So anyhow, the income from culture tourism is much higher than beach holidays. That's number one. Number two, in summer and winter, beach holidays, you are the only one. Your competitor will always be Thailand, Maldives Islands. Now we speak about long distance flying. Dubai and Emirates and Saudi Arabia are coming, but they are always attract a very high end. Our prices are not high. Even if we raise it, it will not reach the level of Dubai prices or Saudi Arabia prices. So we always have our market shares. But they will take the beach holidays, the rich, very rich clients, they will take this portion from you.
Yes. They're also going for a lot of the adventure sort of tourism, which we do have towards Siwa Oasis and the Western Desert. But is this a certain kind of tourism that maybe we should explore more or develop more, since that we have huge, vast amount of desert, Western and Eastern deserts?
This is really what we need to focus on, because the adventure tourism, let me say, I am a tourist, you are a tourist, you go to Siwa, you go to the desert the whole day. What is the benefit for the country? Let's say an income. I mean, at the end, we need a foreign currency. But if we focus, the government, focus on putting proper rules and regulation and proper encouragement for investors to invest small hotels in Siwa, in the Oasis, in all these places, they will build, they will invest, then you will get the tax as income tax and other things, so you will benefit. But just to be happy with nice pictures of tourism going by bikes in the sand and coming back end of the day, you don't get any benefit of this. This is a market segment, we have a lot from it. In Luxor, in winter, if you have been there a couple of times because of culture tourism, you can still go 4 or 5 times in adventure tourism. You can go in balloon, you can go in the desert with quad runner, you can take horse ride in the fields. So I want to say that our tourism destination can always have a market mix if we do it the proper way, if we ease some rules and regulation, and if we try to focus on this kind of tourism. Because I've been always asked in winter from friends and families, like, please, I have a honeymoon, my daughter is a honeymoon, book somewhere for her in Hurghada or Sharm. Well, it's very cold. They will go to the sea in winter. No, they don't go to, what are you going to do there? Why don't you go to Luxor? Huh? Yeah, we want fun. But Luxor is having always quad runner and camel, horse riding and so on. How? We didn't know. So we need to focus more, opening new destinations in need time, not in peak period, in need time. Then we can make more income and generate more money.
So do you think that we still need more work and more effort towards the marketing and promotional of our places and our sites?
We need to market and promote our destinations in a complete different way. By putting an advert of 2 minutes or 1 minute, 30-second, beautiful sceneries and people are running and then, it's an old fashion. It's this thing that took a long time, and it will not attract you if you are sitting in London and you see this. It will remain in your head for 1 hour and that's it. But you have to change them. And the Egyptian promotion authority, they have to change. They have to get bloggers and they have to explain and make you excited, wanting to see these places. I have been in so many places in Africa, in Asia, in my vacation, because of those people. You know, he show you things that you would, yes, I want to go and see it. And actually, when I go there, I find it. So we should change a lot our way of promotion and advertising. It will cost much less even.
Yes. Mr. Saad, now it seems that all the major tour operators or traveling agencies, I mean, everyone's really targeting the foreign tourists because they would probably pay more, probably pay in foreign currency. But what about the domestic tourism? It might not be as lucrative as the foreign tourists, but it proved to be a safety net during times of crises or pandemics. It's usually the domestic tourist who actually moves around and can actually keep a hotel capacity
You know
full.
what we call the domestic tourism? It's the, you know, you drink tea, you put sugar. Domestic tourism is you steer the sugar, so the sugar goes all over.
Yes.
You didn't bring extra tea, the extra sugar to your tea, right?
Yes.
Domestic tourism is very important. It steers always the economy. They pay taxes, you know, in the hotel. So you have an income. You have suppliers, food suppliers, and those when they go and occupancy. So it's always there. The problem really is that the cost of living and the cost of maintaining a hotel and the cost of quality in hotels became very high. So the price should be very high. So not every domestic tourism could afford those kind of pricing, especially in time of need. I mean,
Yes.
but the problem is when it's full, hotel raise the prices like, oh, I lost a lot of money before, now I have to cover it back. So again, the tourism, domestic tourism suffer. But let me remind you, now the North Coast, which we hear a bottle of water for £200 and so on, it's only domestic tourism, right? As we said in the beginning.
Yes.
So we are 105 million. We cannot generalize. We always should go into a certain segment, certain category, and then we speak about it.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, as Mr. Saad has mentioned and clarified, well, there are a lot of efforts and a lot of good results for the tourism industry, at least for the first half of 2023. But still, a lot more needs to be done, and Egypt is blessed with many different kinds of tourism, many good opportunities for foreign and domestic tourists as well, and hopefully we'll be talking about an even more successful second half of 2023. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for this edition of the Daily Debate, but before we go, I'd like to thank my distinguished guest, Mr. Sameh Saad, the international tourism expert. Mr. Saad, always a pleasure having you with us on the show. Thank you very much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, please stay tuned for more coming up on Nada International. I'm Henny Saif. Thank you for joining us.